Ukraine must pay Germany back for damage from the Nord Stream pipeline sabotage, Bundesliga lawmaker from Germany claims. We know that Germany is the economic powerhouse of Europe because it was getting such cheap, abundant energy from Russia. And because of this sabotage, things have changed economically for Europe and Germany. It was previously highlighted that the recent bombshell news from Wall Street Journal concerning Nord Stream report, yet another major attempt by the gatekeepers to shift the narrative over the Nord Stream sabotage and to put official distance between Ukraine's President Zelensky and his supposed rogue top general at that time who oversaw the covert operation. Still, the following is now crystal clear, fully established at this point, as even mainstream media now fully admit, yes, Ukraine did this. No, Russia did not do it. And yes, it had the involvement, or at least foreknowledge of, the CIA, they claim. Now, we further pointed out that this sudden U-turn in the narrative has meant to soften the blow from Germany's decision to finally cut off Ukraine's and Zelensky's unprecedented grift. Already, and to be expected, some German lawmakers are, of course, pissed at being so obviously used and abused by Ukraine. And after the Nord Stream 2 pipeline had been a years-long multi-billion-dollar Russia to Germany natural gas vital infrastructure project which cost $11 billion to build. In the wake of the latest revelations, the members of German Bundestag, co-chair of the Alternative for Germany AfD party Alice Weidel, has been among the loudest Berlin officials in denouncing Ukraine. She is calling for Ukraine to compensate Germany for the damage caused to its economy as a result of the September 26, 2022 underwater bombings. And here's what she posted on X on Friday in the wake of the Wall Street Journal report and the latest disclosure surrounding the mystery sabotage, according to the translation from German. The economic damage to our country caused by the demolition of Nord Stream, presumably ordered by Zelensky and not Putin, as we were held to believe, should be billed to Ukraine. Any aid payments that burden the German taxpayer should be stopped. The firebrand and populist conservative politician is essentially telling the Ukraine at this point, you bombed it, you pay for it, and stop taking advantage of our taxpayer citizenry. Or in other words, the gravy train has ended as the truth comes out. Berlin, Kiev revelations have further strained as the German Prosecutor General's office also lately issued an arrest warrant for Ukrainian citizen suspected of involvement in the pipeline sabotage plot. The suspect is also described as having at least 2 accomplices, identified as experienced drivers who directly assisted on installing explosive devices on the pipelines. All of this is indeed having swift effect, given so soon after news of the arrest warrant has made public Saturday report in the Frankfurter Allgemeine Zeitung FAS newspaper said that the German government will stop new military aid to Ukraine as part of the ruling coalition's plan to reduce spending. The report, which cited non-public documents and emails as well as discussions with unnamed sources, goes on to note that the moratorium on the new assistance, which is already in effect, will affect new requests for funding, not the previous older ones. Biden, which is Europe's main supplier of military aid to Kiev, had previously signaled a change in course on Ukraine last month when the governing coalition of the Soviet Social Democrats, the Greens, and the Liberals adopted a preliminary deal on the draft budget for 2024. The compromise detailing plans to slash future assistance to Ukraine by half to 4 billion euros to fulfill other spending priorities, and it now appears that even this token amount will be cut to zero. It will also be interesting to see how much traction Alice Wiedel's enough to messaging calls for getting German public funds back from Ukraine will have among the German populace. Likely it will resonate strongly after well over a year of war fatigue and as tensions could escalate into nuclear armed showdown between Russia and NATO. longtime investigative journalist Seymour Hersh says alternative NS to Nord Stream 2 sabotage theories in New York Times German press were concocted by the CIA. And likely the last shoe has still yet to drop on the still unraveling Nord Stream sabotage narrative. Legendary U.S. investigative journalist Seymour Hersh predicted all of this official narrative manipulation months ago. This is by Tyler Durden on Zero Hedge, so we'll see what happens with this. I'm sure it's not going to be the only country asking for damages, because a lot of this gas is going throughout Europe. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support, and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.